Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Catherine, if you didn't already know. Today's probably my last video of the year, so I'm going to do a little get ready with me, kind of review 2020 while we're getting ready, chit-chatting. But yeah, also show you my favourite makeup products of the year and how I got this look. So if you want to see that, then do keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe down below, give it a thumbs up. And other than that, let's get into it. So favourite makeup products of 2020. I'm going to go through just a little chit chat, get ready with me, and just, yeah, use my favourite products of the year really. Let's start with primer. This was a discovery of 2020, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Hydration Primer. I think this might have even come out this year, but I literally love this primer. I don't stop going on about it. It just makes your makeup like so glowy. It's the perfect base, especially if you like that kind of like dewy skin look. Then yeah, I would 10 out of 10 recommend this product. It's been one of those things where as soon as I discovered it, I was like, I know this is going to be in my makeup bag for a very long time. So yeah, it's the sort of product I'll be buying over and over again. This is an absolute must-have. Then I'm going to pop on a bit of concealer to my eyelids as an eyeshadow base, because I actually don't use a separate eyeshadow primer. It doesn't really make a difference to me. So yeah, for that I'm going to use the Maybelline AG1 concealer in the shade Nude. I love this concealer. This is a really good kind of like affordable option if you're looking for a more cheap concealer. Then I would recommend this one. This is my absolute favorite high street concealer. So is it called high street? Drugstore concealer. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. So eyeshadow palette was a bit more challenging to pick between my two favorites. So my two favorites for this year have been the KKW Beauty, it's a bit dirty, not gonna lie, KKW Beauty Classic 2 eyeshadow palette, which I tried out earlier this year and I really loved it. It's kind of like the perfect nude palette, and if you're someone that wears a lot of those nudie pink sort of eyeshadows, then you'll absolutely love this. So this has been a massive hit for me, and it's really good for like day-to-day sort of eyeshadow looks, more like natural eyeshadows. And then this is more of a recent discovery, was the Huda Beauty Gold Obsessions palette, and honestly this palette changed the game. Like, it is so pigmented and the shades are just absolutely beautiful. So if you're someone that's into those like pinky shimmery shades, then this is the palette for you. I think today, because we're so close to Christmas, I'm gonna have to use my Huda Beauty Gold. But if you're looking for more like an everyday nude palette, then the KKW Beauty one is amazing. And I actually tried out KKW Beauty for the first time this year, and yeah, I'm obsessed with it. It's so worth paying the tax. Like, because it's an American brand, they haven't brought it over to the UK yet, you have to pay import tax, but I'd say it's so worth it. So yeah, that's a good discovery as well. But I'm gonna actually use the Huda Beauty Gold Obsessions because I just really love it. But yeah, 2020, where do we start? 2020, I think 2020 for like overall for the world has been an absolute shambles. Like 2020 has been, yeah, a hot mess basically. I feel like everyone has been through it this year really. Everyone's had to kind of experience a pretty year. I mean, I've been thinking about this a bit. Like, I'm quite like a a sad person when it comes to thinking. Like, I like to reflect, I like to think about things, probably too much, but you know, I was thinking about this year, and really and truly, I don't think it's actually been like the worst year of my life from like a personal perspective. Yeah, I've had obviously gone through what the rest of the world is going through, like a pandemic, but like, touch wood, thank God, haven't been like directly affected by it. So from that respect, I count myself lucky that I haven't been affected by that. And I also haven't lost my job. I still have a full-time job, which a lot of people don't realise, but I have a full-time job outside of the world of social media. That's actually probably kept me going, if anything, because I've had lots to do and it worked as quite a good distraction for me from what was actually going on in the big wide world, because I had a lot of work to do. So I was very busy actually, and wasn't having to kind of pause and think about what was going on. So in that respect, I've actually been very lucky and actually really grateful. I do try and look on the positives, but don't get me wrong, I've had throughout this whole year like periods of ups and downs. Some days will be amazing and I'll be like so happy with where I'm at in life and what I'm doing and kind of what path I'm on, but then other days I'll be like almost like you think, oh, why aren't I doing this? Why haven't I achieved this yet? Why can't I do this? Da, 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 da. So I have those days as much as anyone else where you feel like absolute shit and you feel like you haven't achieved enough, and you're kind of like not where you should be and blah blah blah. But then other days I'm like, okay, Catherine, like calm down, you're doing just fine. I would really recommend like writing down your goals and kind of what you're wanting to achieve, whether that be something really small, something slightly bigger, something that you don't even think is possible. Like write down your goals. I had goals for this year and I have achieved my goals regardless of what's going on in the bigger world. Like I had like personal goals to me that I wanted to achieve and I have done. So I'm going to set myself more goals for the new year. I'm going to try and make them push myself a bit more. So yeah, I would really recommend writing down goals, however small that is, and try and achieve them. And I'd also, what I would do is really focus on yourself. Like it's so difficult, but do not compare yourself to others, and that personally really doesn't help me. So yeah, stop comparing yourself to others, focus on your path, what you actually want. Like sometimes you've got to deep it and think, what do I actually want? Like what do I want my life to look like? Where do I want to be in like 2, 3, 4, 5 years time? What am I here for? What's my purpose? Like you've really got to delve deep. I really don't normally talk about this, but this is just, if we're talking about 2020, this is kind of what I've been thinking recently. Like you've just got to put yourself first, kind of almost, you have to find yourself and then you'll be able to steer your path in the direction that you want it to be. And I wouldn't say I do that perfectly at all, but I'm getting better at it and I'm getting better at understanding myself. And then as a result able to achieve things that I genuinely want to achieve. So yeah, I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's just that's just where my head's at, and what I've been thinking lately and what 2020 has made me sort of think about. I know I ramble so much, but just one more thing. When you're having times where you're like almost catastrophizing in your head, or you're like thinking way too much, you have to like almost like ground those thoughts and put them aside, and then think about the things that you're grateful for right now, and think about the small things, and don't like let your thoughts like over catastrophize what's going on, because everyone's been through it this year especially. So don't think that you're alone. Don't think it's just you that's going crazy or worrying, or kind of like thinking, oh, I haven't been able to do this, I haven't been able to achieve this, I really want to do this, da, da, da. Like just think you've got however many more years ahead of you. Like you've got time, to progress and time to achieve things, and it will get better, like it actually will. I have so much hope for the next year ahead, and obviously beyond, but I just think surely it can't get worse, like surely it can't. But best believe I have my diva moments too. I have my mental breakdowns. I have days where I just want to curl up in a ball and cry, but then I remember that no, you're so lucky to be where you are, have what you have, and I mean that in like obviously things, but also family, friends, people. Like, yeah, you just have to almost put things into perspective, because I honestly, I have my moments, not that often, to be fair. I will give myself this, I don't have my breakdowns that often, and normally when I do, it's either like I don't talk about it to other people, I would like suppress it, which isn't always great, but that's what I just tend to do. Or I'll just speak to like 1 or 2 people close to me about it, and they'll kind of whip me back into shape. Because sometimes I'm that sort of person where I just need to be told, like, shut up, like, stop going on, or like just I need to be told, because that's the better way to just almost like snap out of it, like stop this behavior. That works for me. But yeah, I don't have those moments too often, thank God, but we do all have them, so don't worry if you're thinking you're the only one, because you're not. And yeah, just kind of then reflect on the smaller things that you're grateful for. That's my advice, and that's what this year has taught me. And yeah, I've probably been rambling for so long, and I'll probably cut all this out. But yeah, that's just how my brain works. All this up here, that's how it works. I just filmed a clip and didn't even press film. Okay. What I was saying was, my favourite lash glue is the Huda Beauty Black Lash Glue. Honestly, hands down, best eyelash glue ever. And then my favourite lashes are these lashes by Tatti Lash. It's the Tatti Lash X PLT in the style Girls Night. And these are my favourite lashes that I've discovered this year. They've got like a double layer to them, so they're really, really wispy, really, really full. And they're still extra, like they're just a really nice lash. You don't have to trim them. They fit really nicely on my eye shape. So yeah, I would recommend these lashes, and they're really affordable. I think they're under £10, and I get so many wears out of a pair of these, so yeah, I would really recommend. Then foundation, my all-time favorite foundation is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, but that wasn't really a discovery of 2020. I did discover though the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow foundation, which is a really nice everyday foundation. It is really lightweight, so you don't get that much coverage, but if I mix it with a bit of my L'Oreal Infallible, then it creates quite a nice combo. Today is actually Christmas Eve when I'm filming this, but this probably won't be up till after Christmas. So yeah, I hope you had a good Christmas. It is a slightly strange one, probably for a lot of people. I mean, I feel the worst for people having to spend it by themselves. Yeah, that is awful. So luckily, I'm not in that position. But we won't be able to spend it with all the family we were intending to spend it with. So that is a little bit sad. It's not ideal, but for me personally, it could be a lot worse. So again, I'm not going to complain because I still get to spend it with my parents. Right, concealer. I did try a couple of new concealers this year, but to be honest, none of them like were that like, oh my god, this is a game changer. So my favourite one is the Chanel beiges concealer, and I use the shade 20 beige. So I'm just gonna put this all over. where I would normally conceal. To set that all into place, of course, I'm using the HNB Cosmetics Soft Focus Loose Powders, which are the bomb. I literally love these so much. I'm going to use the shade Translucent to set this all in. This was a discovery of 2020. They came out in 2020. And yeah, they're literally my favourite setting powders ever. They just make your skin like have that airbrush finish. And yeah, I literally love these so much. And they're really, really affordable as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend these loose powders. There's different shades available. I use shades Banana when I'm a bit more tanned. I'll use the shade Translucent, and then I pop Fair over the top in the areas where I just want to brighten it up a bit more. While that's setting into place, I'm gonna do my brows. So I discovered this year, well, again, it was another launch, was Refy Beauty, and I actually really like their brow products. I don't do too much to my brows, but I do take the pencil, and what I do is I fluff my brows up ever so slightly, and then I take the thin pencil, which is so good, and I just start to do hair-like strokes in the areas where my brows are a bit more sparse, and then just on this section, just to make it all filled in nicely. Yeah, this pencil is really nice, and it just creates like a natural brow finish. This is in the shade Medium, which is a really good colour match for me. I like to start to warm up my face with bronzer. I actually have two options that I discovered this year. So obviously the HNB Cosmetic bronzers, I really, really like these. They're super pigmented, lovely colours, excellent choice. But I also discovered this year the Milani Cosmetics bronzer. I think this one is the baked bronzer, oh yeah, in the shade dolce. And this is a really nice like natural bronzer, and it's got like gold, ever so slight gold reflexes in it. And this is just a really pretty bronzer, so I'd recommend this if you like that golden bronze look. But today I'm going to use the HNB Cosmetic bronzers. I like to use the shade Light Medium first to warm up my face. With these bronzers, a little definitely goes a long way, like they are really pigmented. But I just start to kind of, yeah, work that in and warm up my face. And then highlight. I've tried a few highlighters this year, but nothing comes close to my combo of the Iconic London Liquid Illuminating Drops. I literally use these pretty much every time I do my makeup. I literally love these so much. And then I always use the Dose of Colours X Iluvsarahii highlight in the shade Soulmate, and again, I cannot find anything as good as this highlight. Like, it's just the perfect highlight shade for me. So yeah, they're just my favourite highlights, and that ain't gonna change. And then setting sprays, I did actually try this year the Smashbox Photo Finish setting spray, which is actually a really nice setting spray, so I would recommend this. Like, it's really good. But my all-time favorite, which you just can't beat, is the ABH Dewy set. Now this isn't a 2020 discovery, but I really like this setting spray, and yeah, I just think this is my favorite one I've ever used. So I'm just going to spritz this and set my makeup all into place. Then for lips, it has to be one of the KKW Beauty lip glosses. So I actually earlier this year got these set from the Nude 2 collection, where there was about 8 or 9 lip gloss shades, and I've literally used all of them, and they're really, really nice glosses. I just really, really like them. So I'm going to apply shade Nude 3 today. Which I pretty much almost used all of it, to be honest. But I love these glosses. They're so high shine. They're just beautiful, perfect nude colours, really. And yeah, I love these. This is a definite favourite of mine this year. Like, discovering KKW Beauty was such a hit for me. So yeah, someone actually commented the other day to do a video of all my favorite lip products, and I might actually do that because I have so many lip products that I love. So I could just run through my like lip gloss collection or lip product collection, and show you all my favorite lip products. I've said before, I always prefer glosses over mattes. I just prefer that finish. But yeah, I have a big lip gloss collection, so I could actually go through that, to be fair. But anyway, that's for another day. Okay, so they are all my favourite makeup products of 2020. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Have a good new year. Set yourself goals, and yeah, go smash them, and have an amazing 2021. Hopefully it gets better. But yeah, that's it from me. And oh, and thanks for subscribing, liking, following me on Instagram, all that shit. I really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks and see you soon. Bye. You really got